Hey y'all, good morning. Thank you for tapping in for some real talk from the heart this morning. We are reading through the Bible twice per year, Genesis to Revelation, 7 chapters per day. It's about an hour of reading, and our 7 chapters this morning are Genesis 50 through Exodus 6, and our devotion this morning is from Exodus 5 verses 22 through the first 2 verses of chapter 6. And this is right on the heels of the Israelites being denied straw to make the bricks, and so they're very discouraged, and man, they're feeling defeated. They're being mistreated by the Egyptians, and Moses has just come out from talking to Pharaoh, refusing to let God's people go. And the Israelites encounter Moses and Aaron, and they let them know, man. They let them know, how they're feeling, and so, man, it affects Moses deeply. And I want to talk about that this morning. Dealing with discouragement and where to take it. And so, notice where Moses takes his discouragement, because where you take your discouragement matters. Check this out. So Moses returned to the Lord. There it is. Moses took his discouragement to the Lord. It says, Moses returned to the Lord and said, Lord, why have you brought trouble on this people? And then notice this. It says, why is it you have sent me? That's verse 22. Moses says, why is it you have sent me? Beloved, we need to understand that the devil will use discouragement to get you and me to question our calling, right? The calling of God on our lives. Man, things ain't going the way that we thought they would, or that we, think they should. Moses thought, man, hey, God sent me. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to tell these people. And, man, God's given me his word, and they're going to change, right? They're going to turn around, and they're going to, we're going to get out of here. But it didn't go that way. That's not how it went. And if anything, the people, right, were giving Moses a hard time. And so when God's people were giving Moses a hard time, he became discouraged. And the devil knew that. The devil knew that. And so now he's got Moses questioning. He's got him discouraged in the midst of his calling. Like, God, why'd you even send me? Why'd you even send me? Now look what goes on to say. It says here, for since I came to Pharaoh to speak in your name. And that's what Moses was doing. Moses was speaking in the name of God. Now, I want to just send a real quick encouragement. There are those of you in the ministry, man, that God has anointed you. He's called you. He's sent you to speak in his name. And you might be going through a season of discouragement, because it happens to all of us. I want to encourage you with this. Hey, listen, your calling is still valid. It's still true. God's still desiring to work through you. And keep your head up, man. Keep your knees bowed. Keep your heart bowed. Keep your hands to the plow and keep serving. You'll see God come through, because look what God tells Moses here. Check this out. He says, I came to speak in your name. It says he has done evil to this people, right? Pharaoh's done evil to the people. And it says, neither have you delivered your people at all. So Moses, again, is dealing with this discouragement. And so he takes that discouragement to the Lord. He, lets the Lord know how he's feeling, what's on his heart. But then look what God does, man. This is so amazing. Exodus chapter 6, verse 1, you see how God responds to the discouragement of his servant. Check this out. Then Yahweh said to Moses, now you shall see what I will do. Man, right? It wasn't about what Moses was going to do. It wasn't about what the people were going to do. It's always been about what God is going to do. So he says, you're going to see now what I will do. But notice when God tells him that. God tells him that in the midst of his discouragement, in the midst of Moses' discouragement. It says, for with a strong hand he will let them go, and with a strong hand he will drive them out of his land. And here it is, man, verse 2. Verse 2 is like, oh, man, this is good. And God spoke to Moses, discouraged Moses, and he said this, I am Yahweh. He spoke to him and said, I am Yahweh. Beloved, listen. That is a reminder that you and I need on a daily basis, and especially when we are dealing with discouragement. Man, we need that reminder. We need to hear those words, I am Yahweh. Right? Why is that significant? Because Yahweh, the name Yahweh, is the covenant name of God. right? When we're dealing with discouragement and we don't see things going the way maybe God said they were going to go, God's timing matters, right? Or if we don't see things going the way we thought they were going to go, what we need to keep in mind in the midst of the discouragement is that God is a covenant-keeping God. His name is Yahweh. He's going to keep covenant, man. That's his covenant-keeping name. Beloved, in the midst of your discouragement, man, I want to encourage you with that God will keep his word. His word cannot fail. That's what Joshua said. At the end of Joshua, read it. Right at the end of the book of Joshua, Joshua says, not one word has failed. And God kept all his promises, man. And he's going to keep all his promises to you. You keep serving. You keep serving, man. All right, man. I hope this encourages you. Encourage my heart this morning. I deal with discouragement a lot. And, man, I just know that there's a God who stands above it all. And he's got you and me. The Lord loves you. I love you too. I'm praying for you. Please pray for me too. And if you're discouraged today, man, call out to God. Call out to God. I'm praying for you that are discouraged today. All right. God bless y'all, man. Have a good one.